I love me some good old-fashioned Animal Crossing music. Welcome to the stream, my dudes. Today is the first fan art stream on the Strange Egg channel. That's exciting. That's exciting for me. You know, any sort of fan art that I receive is just very, very nice and wholesome. And if you guys in the future would like to see your art featured on the fan art stream, join my Discord, where I have different themes for the fan arts. This theme for this series of fan art was actually what is inside the strange egg, the titular strange egg of my channel. And I think everybody forgot that's what the theme was, so nobody really did it, except for one person. One person did it, and they actually did the theme in reverse, which I think is kind of funny. So I'm excited to show these off. So we're going to start off here. We have a decent amount this time, and I'm excited, so let's go ahead and swap over, and I'll show you what's on the screen. Oh, there's me holding Spaghetti's doll. For those of you who would like a little bit of context, Spaghetti is the name I have given a man who is at my anime meetups. I go to meetups every Wednesday, and I've talked about it a few times on the stream. And he brings with him a little porcelain Hitsune Miku doll that he dresses. And the first time I encountered and met the doll, it wore the exact same outfit as him. So somebody, Dingo, our boy Dingo, drew me and the doll dressed exactly the same. And what's funny about this is that this face for the doll is honestly so goddamn perfect. It is wonderful. This doll is just so strange and weird, and I really don't like it. Oh, Jesus. I think the bot is being a boob. Oh, you mean the bot in my Discord that tells people when I'm streaming? Yeah, probably. There we go. It streams happening. There we go. I posted it in the Discord. I love this face for the doll. I might actually make this my profile picture just for like an afternoon because it's so funny. Oh, man, there's something about the way my hair is always drawn in these fan art streams. You know, because I've done them on my other channel. And you guys always draw my hair like really poofy, which was what my hair used to look like. I used to have, you know, longer hair that was like this. But now I keep, you know, for the past like 2 years now, I've kept my hair pretty short. It's decently short and it's kind of spiked up in the front. I kind of look like Joseph Joestar if he had less hair. Which is kind of silly, I guess. You look like the Part 5 or Persona 5 protagonist. I always say PF as Part 5, like from JoJo. I don't know why that is. Oh no. It looks like people can't get into the stream. That's a huge bummers. For those of you who are wondering, this is not actually Spaghetti's doll, but this is the same doll that he owns and brings with him to the anime meetups. This doll is very fucking disturbing, as you can see here. It's very creepy and very weird. Why won't the live stream work for people? It's being all weird. I pulled it up on the screen and it didn't even work. I hope people can get in a little better. But funny enough, after I did a live stream, I think I was playing Dead by Daylight at like midnight on a Wednesday or whatever, and I talked about the doll. The next night, I was laying in bed. It was Thursday night. I was laying in bed, and I was reading just 4chan. I was in like a You Laugh You Lose thread, and somebody posted a picture of this doll. This is the only time I've seen one of these dolls besides Spaghetti's doll. So it is really, really weird that like occurrence happens so close to each other. But this doll is just so weird. You can see it's fairly big. It's really tall. And like the hair is just everything about this doll is weird. Everything about the whole doll is just weird. We're gonna look at this picture last. Alright, I need to zoom out. I do not have a neck. Why did you give me a handkerchief? Ah, I see that Dingo remembered that my favorite Pokemon is Gengar, and that I also love Mystery Dungeon, so you drew me as a Haunter. Not quite a Gengar yet. See, that's the thing, though. Even though Haunter doesn't have a neck, Gengar does, and he will eventually have the ability to wear this. I love Mystery Dungeon. It's my favorite Pokemon-related anything, you know? I haven't really paid attention to mainline Pokemon games. Sun and Moon was just so bad that I couldn't finish the game. It was so not fun. After I had such a good time with X and Y and Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, Sun and Moon was just so disgustingly horrible. For me, personally. I know a lot of people enjoyed it. Like, I had a friend who played it, like, every day when it came out. And I heard that, like, Omega, whatever, Super Moon, Super Sun, or whatever it was called, was like, way better. But I couldn't play Sun and Moon. There was too many cutscenes, all the dialogue was pointless, I thought the map design was horrible, the new Pokemon didn't interest me at all, you know, except for, like, you know, some of the later, yeah, like, the Alolan form Pokemon I thought were cool, But anyway, so mainline Pokemon isn't really my deal anymore, but Mystery Dungeon is very special and always holds a place in my heart. A friend of mine, you know, who I've known since 6th grade, we really bonded the first time we met over Pokemon, and we both played Mystery Dungeon. I played blue version and he played red version, and we named... In Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, you play as Pokemon, and you get like a companion at the start of the game who you can name, and we would always name our companions as each other, you know, and that was a really personal thing. That really is holding my heart. Also, I love the egg because we're strange egg, which is good. Mystifying Googie. I believe Googie is some sort of European speak for egg, correct? Was that Norwegian? Swedish? Is this supposed to be my cat Asher? Asher is sitting on my lap right now, actually. And he is not meowing. The funny thing is that I have two cats. I've got my boy cat Asher and my girl cat Hazel. And Hazel, I can do whatever I want. Like, if I hold her upside down like this, she will nuzzle into me and be happy that I'm holding her. But if I was to do this with Asher, he would flail everywhere and attempt to scratch everything because he just does not like being touched in certain ways. He likes to be on his own terms. I'm going to attempt to do it. I'm actually going to try to pick him up right now. See if I can hold him like a little baby. Oh, he's not happy. I know. I did it. I successfully got him on his back now. And I'm giving his tummy a pet. Oh, he's trying to bite my hand. Oh, he is actively biting my hand. Please stop. Ow. Get your teeth out of my fucking hand. Get out of here. He's not happy about it. It's okay. It's okay. Readjust yourself. He needs to fix himself on my lap. I'm sorry, I knew you wouldn't like it and I did it anyway. Fuck, he flailed his foot and he got the one microscopic part of my hand where there's a scab and he just flicked a scab off my hand. The literal, like, one... It's such a small scab, too, and he fucking flicked it off, like, perfectly. There's not a scratch anywhere else on my hand except for where this fucking scab is because that's the only part that he peeled out. Great. Thanks, Dingo. I appreciate it. I'm blaming you for this one. I'm more of a dog person. Yeah, I'm also more of a dog person, but I live in a situation where I can't have dogs in my apartment, but I can have cats. So that's what's going on there. And here we have Goo Magic. This was, who did this one? Was it our boy... Our boy Void. Yes, I think Void did this one. It's hard for me to know who's done what without opening up Discord and checking. I like to see if I can remember just from art style. But Void did this one. He messaged me on Discord and asked me what bug from Bug Fables I like the design the most. And I told him I think the moths are cool. So he drew me as a moth, which is nice. I have Goo Magic. Obviously, the only magic that I would be using. Goo related. He's very cute. I love his cloak. His wings, I guess, but... The color scheme you chose is pretty good, too. I'm a sucker for, like, browns, light browns and khakis and greens. Greens are underutilized. I usually wear, like, a green sort of coat all the time. It's like a Sherpa army-ish kind of coat. It's what you would call Asian streetwear. It's a very nice coat. And it's green. I do love green. Very good stuff. Ah, this is B-Roy. You can always tell it's B-Roy. Because there's always going to be a blushing JoJo. That's how you know. That's how you know it's B-Roy. And here we go. I see that B-Roy has christened Strange Egg with my new hoodie with an egg on it. That's very good, B-Roy. I appreciate that. I can't remember the last fucking time that I wore a hoodie. You guys always draw me in hoodies, and I cannot remember the last time I've worn a hoodie. It's been literal years since I've worn one. Basically, what I do now is I wear a t-shirt, and then I wear a coat. I wear one of two coats. I have a leather jacket that I wear almost all the time. And then I have this green army-ish coat that I have right now. I used to wear hoodies, like, all the time. Literally, basically, since, like, 6th grade until maybe sophomore year of college. I literally only wore hoodies. Hoodies and a t-shirt underneath. Just nonstop. I also like that you got my two cats in here. You should have drawn Asher, like, a full 10 feet away. Because Hazel likes to be near me, and he likes to be way over here. Because he's a baby. Scoops. B-Roy also drew Scoops McKenzie, who is trying to tell me that his name is Steve, when we both know that that's not fucking true. Also, I love that you drew me in the outfit as well. That's a fantastic touch, and absolutely makes the art piece really shine. Scoops McKenzie is absolutely the best character in Dead by Daylight. He's really the only reason I play the game. She's my waifu. What is this, B-Roy? This is some sort of tentacle squid monster and some sort of otaku. What is this a reference to? I've done... Listen, I literally did a stream for 5 hours last night at like 1 a.m. So my brain's a little shot. You gotta remind me which of these streams this is a reference to in the chat, and I'll read it out. I see you've squished me between Joseph's luscious pecs. I appreciate it. I saw Joseph Joestar take his shirt off in the bathroom once in the showers. He's got a Kylo Ren pack. It's pretty impressive. It's spaghetti. Oh, I see. You drew spaghetti. You drew spaghetti from from my anime meetups, and you drew his little doll. I see. This is too cute to be his doll, though. His doll is disgusting when compared to this. This is very cute and absolutely not what the doll looks like. It's not creepy enough, and it's not angular enough. The doll's very pointy. Like this round face you drew, way too cute. She has like a fucking pointy ass chin that you could use to like probably stab someone. But you did a great job anyway. I appreciate the art. I'm not trying to complain. I'm just letting you know your art is too good for what the reality of what spaghetti actually is. You know what I mean? Let's see. Is B-Roy Shoko Nakagawa? Yes. Absolutely. For those of you who don't know, B-Roy is someone who's watched my streams for a long time. And they love Jotaro Kujo from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure to the point where if they could marry Jotaro Kujo, they would. Funny enough, there is a woman named Shoko Nakagawa who also loves Jotaro. She loves Jotaro from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. She actually, I think she sung the intro. She's very popular. She's a pop star. She sung the intro to... God, what was it? Like Fate or what's it? My brain keeps wanting to say Phantasy Star Online, and that's not what it is. Sword Art Online. I think she did that one, didn't she? She's the singer for the Gurren Lagann intro. That's what it is. That's what it is. But anyway, I've never seen these two people in the same room, so I'm convinced that they're both the same. But there's a great video of Shoko dressed as Jotaro meeting the author of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Hirohiko Araki, and she sits down with him to do an interview dressed as his character, and she says, "I love Jotaro," and he's like, yeah, I can tell you came here in your homemade cosplay. And she's like, yes, I made this myself. He's like, yeah, it's a little weird. She's like, no, you don't understand, Araki-san. I want Jotaro to call me a stupid bitch and spit in my mouth. And the camera just pans over to him, and he's just got this face like, why the fuck am I here? Why am I here just to suffer? She's like, I want to have his children, Araki-kun, and I want to marry Jotaro-san. And he's like, I don't think he's really into girls. And she's like, I want him to spit in my mouth. Which is fucking great. Also, I love the thinking face. Very good thinking face. B-Roy actually did a lot of art for this stream, which is great. Normally when I do fan art, if I have like 10 people sending me stuff, I'll put a limit on the amount that I'll show per person. But since there's so few people drawing right now, because I'm not producing content, this is not me attacking you guys. Like, oh, you're not doing enough. It's because I'm not streaming enough. You guys, what are you guys gonna fucking draw when I'm not making content? You know what I mean? So, we always got like 6 things to show, which is funny. This scene, though, absolutely. This scene just comes right out of nowhere, and they just don't talk about it. And the funny thing about this scene with Leif is that it's entirely optional, because I don't think you need his little freeze walk thing to do any of the main areas. At least you haven't so far. So this is essentially just like a bonus thing that just like comes out of nowhere and like demands your attention with it, which I think is cool. Tangerine is very cute. Oi. I appreciate how much everybody loves Team Snake Mouth. He is a baby boy. He's such a baby boy. This is my favorite part of the picture, the T-posing. I love that you didn't just draw Leif T-posing, you drew V T-posing too, to make Kabu sad, because that is 100% something that V would do, just completely unironically, which I think is hilarious. As you can see here, B-Roy drew the characters as humans, as anime people, but we're not going to focus on that here because I actually did a more detailed version here, which is pretty fucking cool. Also, good job. You have to put your signature on things so people know who did it. Oof. Blessed art. My favorite part is this strange girdle. I don't know why. Admittedly, the girdle doesn't fit the aesthetic of like anything else because she doesn't have any like studs or mechanical components to the rest of her design, but I'm a sucker for random mechanical components and designs. I think it looks pretty cool. Also, the boomerang is drawn very well. Aha, speaking of mechanical components, he is... Well, it's more chainmail. I appreciate the chainmail. I think that's really cool. It's a good interpretation of what Kabu would look like. You know, a guy covered in armor. You didn't just draw him wearing a cloak. You made him as tanky as he really is supposed to be. I mean, this is just supposed to be like his carapace, but you made the armor really stand out, which is nice. That's a good job. That's a gold star. I wanted her to be more detailed. No, I can totally see that. V is admittedly a little easy in terms of her design. She's very basic. I mean, they're all pretty basic, but they all stand out. I would say the one you did the most detail on is probably Leif. You know, it really seems like you went out of your way to make him extremely detailed. I mean, he's got these fucking, like, high heel boots. Oh, he's got a thorax, too. I did not see that the first time I looked at this. His posing is very, very Girahim. He's very, very Girahim-y looking, if that makes sense. Very lanky and kind of weird. I want him to stick his tongue out, and he's handsome. He looks good. You did a good job. All of these interpretations are very interesting. Leif is very feminine looking in your art, which I don't know if I would... I get what you're going for because he's a mage, so mages are generally very slender in the way they're drawn and perceived. I've always perceived him as being pretty neutral. Not in like an androgynous way, just neutral in a slightly masculine way. I appreciate your interpretation. I think it looks nice. And somebody, Catnip, I appreciate when you guys put your thing so I can see who did it. Catnip really, really enjoyed Jade for some reason. I mean, she's great. I guess everybody has those bugs that they gravitate towards, so this is a very good fan art of her. It's very cute. I'm sure that if Jade saw it, she would be very appreciative of it. You know what you should do, Kat? You should draw a picture of Jade, and she is fawning over the main cast. Because I mean, she's technically doing that right now, I guess, but you should draw her, like, cheering them on in a battle or something. Because she thinks they're the Rangers, even though they're really not. Ah, and here we get to Capra, who didn't... Maybe he did put a signature here, and I have to find it. Probably didn't somewhere. Maybe not. But I do know this is Capra's art, because I do know Capra is the only one out of you guys who actually did the theme, which was what is inside the strange egg. But he did the reverse of it. He drew the egg down here, and he said that this is what he thinks hatched the egg, which I think is pretty clever. It's very edgy. I like the tail. The tail is very, very cool. They don't look like feathers, they look like scales, which I think is way cooler. Strange chicken. I did draw the theme like 3 weeks ago. It's not my fault that you didn't post the art of the theme so that I could show it on this stream, Dingo. You know, I'm just gonna throw you under the bus right now because Capra posted his chicken art, but you only posted art of a doll, so that's not my fucking problem. I know that more of you guys did draw the theme. I remember when I originally posted what the fan art theme was going to be, a bunch of you guys did actually do it. But I think you guys forgot to post them. I'm throwing shade. I'm throwing shade so hard. I don't know why you guys even bother coming over to my fan art streams, because whenever I do one, I just talk shit the whole time. I don't know why you bother coming. Let's go back to Capra's art. I appreciate that it's drooling. The eyes are really, really good. He did a really great job of making this chicken monster thing extremely threatening, and it's all in the details too. It's also hard angles, which I like. Not very soft looking. You know, this is probably like the roundest it's gonna be, just the eyes and the beak here. But the snarling here, the drool, the eyes especially, the lining here, more drool. It's good. Also, I want to get a good look at this egg down here. Very good job on the egg. Very good job on the egg. It looks like he really took his time to look at my profile and figure out the particular contours on the strange egg. So, good job. We like the abuse, that's why we come. Yeah, artists love to suffer. I am well aware of that. And here we have... egg. He drew some throwback art. This is Claude Orff and my old logo from my old channel. It's very interesting to see these characters on the new channel now that I don't associate with these characters anymore. I do love myself this small little demon boy. He's very cute though. Actually, most people just ignore me, so Tony acknowledging me is at least better than most people. Dinko, that's not true. That's not true. You're very cool. All of the guys who, you know, guys and gals and everything in between who draw fan art for my stream, I always appreciate it. I'll give him a bath. I appreciate how wholesome this art is, because you very well could have put this hand down here, but you chose to make him do a scrub on his hair. Much better. Much better than what this could have been. Very good job. That's a good face. Also freckles. I personally think that freckles are underutilized in art. I think because they're really obnoxious to draw, and probably people don't like having to be consistent with where they put the freckles between pieces of art. But I'm a sucker for freckles in art. You don't see freckles in anime very much either, just as an aside. Ah, here we go. And now we have a slightly edgier version. Why is he so beautiful? Why is he so beautiful? Look at his eyes and his mouth. You know what he looks like? There was a thing that like all the big name webcomic artists were doing. I think it was maybe 2 or 3 years ago, where for April Fools, they drew... All of them were doing it. Like Shen was doing it. Webcomic Name, I think, did one. Strange Planet wasn't out yet, so they didn't do it. Oh, God. God, what's that guy's name? Extra Fabulous Comics, he did one. All the big name webcomic artists did one where they drew like beautiful eyes and mouths on their characters for April Fools. They would just draw like normal comics, but the characters were really really beautiful for some stupid reason. Just the eyes and the mouth. Everything else would be in their art style except for the eyes and the mouth. If I could find an example of it, I absolutely will pull it up. Oh. I need to find it. Here's one. I know I can find it if it's Shen, because his is easy to find. I am sorry that I must do this to you. It is okay. I understand. This was a big thing for like 1 year of April Fools. I don't know where it started or why, but the beautiful eyes thing, I thought it was pretty funny. I loved seeing it. Let's go back to your stuff. Ooh. I like the chain down here connecting the pauldrons to the armor. Very good details. I don't know what this smudge is here. I assume that he was attacked by a sword. Maybe it's just like a shading thing. I don't know. It looks good though. The demon in the back, pretty fucking lit. I like that the horns are different. I'm a sucker for different looking horns on characters. Asymmetry can be very horrible looking or it can be very good looking, but I am honestly somebody who thinks that if you can pull off a really good asymmetry, beautiful. And the background, what does this image remind me of? It reminds me of World of Warcraft in a way, just because the armor is giant, like the fucking giant-ass pauldrons, but the background reminds me of Dark Souls for some reason. Not Anor Londo. Something else. I wish I could put my finger on it. Now we get to the last piece of art. Everyone's art is fantastic, says B-Roy. That's true. Everyone's art is fantastic. Now we get to this last one. This one I hold very special to my heart. You know, guys. I don't like to play favorites and make you guys feel bad about your art. Like it's not as good as somebody else. I think everybody's art here is very valid and very good. And I'm just happy that you guys took time out of your day to create something for me that I can then show here. But Dingo drew this piece. He sent me a message and he asked me what my favorite animal was on the Discord channel. And I answered him. I told him that my favorite animal is the armadillo-girdled lizard, which, if you don't know what that looks like, I will pull up a picture of it. Armadillo, armored, girdled. Oopsie, girdled is what I needed to write, not armored. I instinctively just write armored, because that's what it looks like. It's very cute when it's a small bab, and it is very cute when it is larger, but this is what they look like. They look like tiny dragons, which is why I like them. They're really, really, really cool. So they're probably one of my favorite animals. I think everybody has a couple different favorite animals, but this is one of mine. And I appreciate this art piece because he didn't just ask me what my favorite animal was and then draw the animal. He also paid attention in one of my streams where I mentioned offhandedly that I started reading Beastars, and I think I might have mentioned it in the Discord server as well. So he drew this character who is from Beastars, you can tell, because he's wearing the Beastars uniform. And he's very much posing like a Beastars boy. Beastars, by the way, is basically furry JoJo because all the characters pose ridiculously. Let me see if I can... I'll pull up the main character of Beastars for you. His name is Lugosi, and he has basically the same uniform. So I can show that off. And here's a cover with Lugosi that really shows off. Hold on, this is actually really small. I want to get a bigger size image of this. So here's Lugosi. He's a wolf. He's a gray wolf. He's the main character of Beastars. It's a very good manga. Though admittedly, about 50 chapters in, it gets a little bit slow, a little bit shitty. Then takes a couple chapters before it gets good again. But this is Lugosi. He's very handsome. He's got the striped pants. He's got the suspenders, the shirt, the tie. Very Beastars. That's the uniform he wears. And I appreciate that Dingo went the extra mile. He didn't just draw a girdled lizard for me. He drew it in the style of a manga that I am currently reading and thoroughly enjoying. I really do like Beastars. Beastars is really good. I'm excited to get caught up to the manga. I'm almost almost caught up to where the manga is right now. It's got about 160 chapters, because chapter 160 just came out, I think. And once I get caught up, I'll start watching the anime of it. But this one is very good, very special. If I was gonna have a persona, I would probably just use this. I'm gonna steal your fucking design, Dingo, you little wiener. But I hope you guys had a good time on this stream. Look at that, the music for Animal Crossing cut out right at the perfect time. But I hope you guys had a good time on this fan art stream. I'm gonna try to keep myself busy this weekend. So what we're gonna do is probably stream some more Battlefront 2, maybe some Dead by Daylight. Maybe I'll do another Bug Fable stream. But that'll probably come up in 30 minutes. So in about 30 minutes, I'll do another stream. So I'll see you guys later, and I hope you enjoyed this fan art stream. You have a great rest of your night, and thank you to everybody who's submitted fan art. I really appreciate it. I don't know when I'll do another fan art stream, but when I do, I will post about it in the Discord, in the fan art channel, and that is where you will know. So I'll talk to you guys later.